Okay, so we're back here with the finished Facebook post. And as you see here, there's certain ad copy rules that we talked about that we followed here. You see San Antonio residents virtual open house. In some cases, you can't always state a particular problem because in this case, open house is solving a problem. So we're not really looking at trying to solve an actual problem here, but we are trying to call out San Antonio residents. We also have links here that take us to a landing page. In this case, it's going to be the actual lead capture page. The two big things that people have issues when it comes to getting leads with Facebook is that number one, they don't have a lead capture page. So if you don't have a lead capture page, you're not going to get quality leads. You're going to end up with people that are just liking your post or engaging, and that's pretty much it. In this case, we want something like this. Very simple, straightforward. They only have one choice. If they don't put their name, phone number, email in there, then we know they're not serious. We do want to give them something to click for. So if you go back to the post, you will see that we say get your free report on this open house and get registered for multiple door prizes. So if for some reason they're not serious about that, they just want to, maybe see some more pictures, then obviously we're not going to get accurate information. But we're hoping that we give them the kind of information that makes them want to at least put the right information in there. Now, if you look at the actual post here, the music kind of goes with the pace of the video, so it's a little bit slower. And again, there's only a couple of things in here for them to see, right? They got Callison Ranch, there's a pool, and then there's a picture of the house, and that's it. So if they want to see more, they're going to have to click that link. This is more like a teaser. So from there, what we're going to do is take this particular ad, and we want to actually boost it or set up the ads manager. Now, I will show you quickly what it looks like for a boost. When you say boost post, if you haven't already used the ads manager, you're not going to get some of these options. And without these options, you're just throwing your money away. You're not targeting anyone. It's just going out to whoever Facebook has generally sent it out to. A lot of times it's just the people that have followed you on your page, and it'll send it out to those folks and whoever they happen to know. So it'll reach them, and it'll reach people that they know. And it kind of limits, how many people you're going to reach. But we'll talk about Boost some other time, but just understand without using the Ads Manager first, you're really just throwing your money away with Boost, and that's another reason why you don't get solid leads. But to use the Ads Manager and to get exactly what you're trying to get out of this, there's a thing called a pixel and then the custom conversion. And we'll go through those as I'm talking you through the system. First thing you want to do is click on Create from the bar, and then we go to Add. From the ad, you'll see the three bars to the left on the menu bar next to Ads Manager. And we're going to close out. Make sure you're on the right account. If you happen to have more, most people don't have 2 or 3 Ads Manager accounts. I just happen to have a couple from running different businesses, but you shouldn't have that issue. So we go back to Ads Manager, click the 3 bars. We hover over that, go down to All Tools, move over to where it says Pixels. And for people who don't know what a pixel actually is, basically I like to call it like the digital stalker. It basically follows you around. So if you've ever noticed that after you look at something like a pair of shoes, all of a sudden you start getting these ads from shoe companies and all these different things, or as realtors we get tons of ads all over the place that all seem to target the exact same thing that we're looking for, because it does exactly that. It stalks you and starts following you all over the place on Facebook. Then the custom conversion, which I'll show you afterwards, is literally where they can match other people that have similar demographics to you for the exact same thing. So if you're a male over a certain age and you've been shopping online looking for a desk or a favorite chair or something like that, it's going to start all of a sudden finding other people that match that exact demographic so that they also get this ad in front of them. But it usually takes about 100 people or so for the ad to be completely maxed or optimized. And unfortunately, for most of us, we're not spending enough money to be able to get 100 leads. Now, it doesn't always take that many, but in general, that's about right. That's why a lot of these master marketers, even though we can run the exact same ad they run, our algorithm has not been optimized yet. Therefore, we're not going to get as many leads as they can. And because they have larger budgets, they're able to do that because that's typically what they do is they spend their money on ads. But from here, once you are looking at the pixel, you want to basically go to view setup instructions. And if you have the setup instructions. If you're going to connect like a partner platform, there's many of them out there. You just have to decide if you're using one of those, it'll automatically kind of connect you. If not, you have to do the manual install pixel code. And typically what that means is some of these sites have a place for you to put what they call a header code. If they don't have a place to put the header code, you're going to have to use the other option that allows you to basically send this to a webmaster for your website, and then they can install the code for you. But if you're able to do it manually, then these are the steps to go through. You scroll down a little bit, you click on the number 2. It's going to highlight that information. It's copied to a clipboard, and if you have a place to put the pixel codes, you can do that. If not, that's fine. You just continue to scroll down, and then make sure that the advanced um, matching options are on. This is a trick that most people don't tell you about Facebook, because this is literally that matching I talked about, how they find people like you. This has to be on, or it's not going to find those people that are like you. Scrolling down a little bit more, you can see where it says send tested traffic to your pixel. Okay, so in order for this to work, if you want to see that if you set up your pixel properly and you had the code set up right, you would actually take the URL and you would use that URL and test in that send test traffic. But we're not going to test our URL. That will be something you probably need to do the first time you set up your pixel to make sure that it's good to go. And once you do, then you just click continue. It'll turn that red dot to green, and that way you know it's working. So we'll click out of the pixel here, and then we'll go over to custom conversion. So if you see here, when you're in the right place for your pixel, you click on custom conversion. This is how you set up your custom conversion. So the first thing you're going to look at is basically, is it on the right pixel? So if you set up the pixel the right way, then you should have the right pixel set up there. And once you do that, then make sure it says website event, all URL traffic, and then you're going to go to URL contains, and it's going to go to the very last page after, or correction, the very next page after your landing page. So for us, we know that's going to be the website with the video. So we have our open house video there. We want to copy that one, put that one into the URL contains. And the reason this makes sense is because once they put their name, phone number, and email in that page and they click, if there's activity on the next page, that tells us that they in fact did put that information. In other words, they won't see this page if they didn't put their information in that other page. So whether it's a good lead or bad lead, it remains to be seen after you call and talk to them or whatever the case may be. But we know that they did in fact put their information in there and click submit because it's required. And because it's required, they won't have the option to click that button and get to see this page unless they did. And that's how we know that when you put the information here, you scroll down, you want to name it again. The same thing we named everything else. You want to keep the naming convention very similar. And you don't necessarily want to add a description unless you think you need to. Category, this is going to be lead. And once you click lead, you click create and click done. Your custom conversion has been completed successfully. If you wait on this page over here, you'll notice that some of the custom conversions, there's a page with all your custom conversions. You can create multiple custom conversions. And in this case, this one should be at the very bottom. And once you get the traffic, or somewhere near the bottom, but once you get the traffic, what you're going to notice is as soon as traffic comes in, that is going to move up to the top and it's going to turn green. So in some cases, we can actually go on the page, click the refresh button on that last page that we clicked on, and then go back to the Facebook page we were on and click refresh here. And if it's engaged, it'll automatically click up there. But a lot of times that has to do with the header code. If the header code isn't available, or if it's not working, they say give it about 20 minutes and then it should kick in, or there's other stuff that's going on. But as you can see, we have one campaign that's actually active right now. That header code is definitely installed and it's been there for maybe a day or so, well, 3 days. So from there, we know that that one's good to go. But that's how you set up your custom conversion. And once you set up your custom conversion, then you can go to the ads manager. And from the ads manager, we can actually start taking advantage of the pixel we talked about and allowing your ad to start basically stalking people digitally online as well as start finding customers that match the very person that follow all the way through and put their name, phone number, and email into our lead capture page. All right, we'll catch up on the next video and show you how to do the actual ad from the ads manager and starting up your first campaign with a conversion objective.